is over in the corner there. Chief.
Got really quiet.
It's like a library.
Like a library, right? Exactly. Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. It's quite an exciting moment for us, and could not be more thrilled to be making this announcement today. Let me both thank and recognize just a few folks, a few of them you're going to hear from. First and foremost, Joe Giacovini, Chairman of the Executive Committee at Dilworth Paxson, and also someone who worked directly for Mayor Richardson Dilworth. Dan Hilferty, President and CEO of Independence Blue Cross. We thank Dan. He's involved in so many things. Dilworth, Paxson, and Independence Blue Cross are the co-sponsors of this award in honor of Mayor Richardson Dilworth. There are a number of members of the selection panel who are here today, and I want to recognize them. First and foremost, our great friend and a reminder of all things in and about good government, and that would, of course, be Deborah Dilworth Bishop. Thank you so much. She's the daughter of Mayor Richardson Dilworth. Thank you, Deborah, for being here. Nina Ahmad, President and CEO of Prime Genomics LLC. John Chen, Executive Director, Chinatown CDC. Cynthia Figueroa, President and CEO of Congreso. And Judith Mondre, Founder and President of Mondre Energy. Can we please recognize all of them in their service to the city? The members of the review panel, Linda Orfanelli and Ami Patel. Please recognize them as well. A number of our city employees are actively involved in this work. I want to recognize Ashley Del Bianco and Emily Gowan, the Fund for Philadelphia, Maya Giacomowitz and Katie Martin from the Policy Office, and Brian Albert and Al DiTilio from our Human Resources. They help to determine the eligibility of the various nominees. Can we please recognize all of those folks as well? My only role in this, I have nothing to do with vetting applications, seeing applications, or anything else. Literally, my only role is to make the announcement, and they are kind enough to tell me who the awardee is about an hour before I have to tell the nominee the awardee that they have won the award. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. Two of our previous awardees are here with us this morning as well, and I want to recognize them, John Elfrey and Barbara Ash. Can we please recognize them? Now, many of you have heard me say this before, and I'll probably just continue to say it for a long time, that I believe that there is no higher calling than the call to public service. And we're here to recognize the powerful work of some of our city's most dedicated civil servants. The goal of the Richardson Dilworth Award is to honor city employees who go above and beyond the call of duty. And this year, we have two new Dilworth Award categories in addition to the Distinguished Public Service Award. We now have what we call the Innovation in Government Award and the Excellence in Customer Service Award to honor a greater diversity of talent and experience of our many city employees. Before I announce this year's winners, I'd like to bring up Joe Giacovini, co-chair of our selection panel, to tell us about the importance of this award from his perspective and the great man after whom this award is named, Mayor Richardson Dilworth. You know, of course, his portrait is up on the wall, right behind us, top left. Joe Giacovini, as I mentioned earlier, is the chairman of the executive committee of the law firm, Dilworth Paxson, founded, of course, by Richardson Dilworth in 1933. He worked with Mayor Dilworth for many decades and is committed to honoring the legacy and the life of Richardson Dilworth. I am as well. He's been an integral part of the success of this award program since its beginning. So please, let's give a warm, warm welcome to our friend and the co-sponsor of this award, Joe Giacovini.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The mayor referenced the receiving the names, and the award process, it's really like the Academy Awards, which we've just seen. Every committee member, we have no idea who the people are that reach the finalist stage, and then after the selection is made, just based on the references and you know, all of our commentary in terms of what's the right thing to do, the names are given, and it's just like pulling out the packet and saying, here it is. So it really is a wonderful process, and I thank all of the people involved in that for making it what it is. Allow me to thank all who supported the award by submitting nominations. You are an important participant in the process, and it's a civic process to recognize public service. Now, public service is not just a platitude. It's not just a job. It's really what makes the city work. It's commitment of men and women who say, I want to make Philadelphia a better place to raise our families and to live our lives. And our awardees have distinguished themselves for their leadership and their commitment to those values. And by honoring the legacy of Richardson Dilworth with awards in his name, what we're doing is really perpetuating and recognizing the dignity of people who serve the public. And by doing that, they become role models for people who will follow after them. And that's why this city has been made great under the current administration and why it will become even greater in the years to come. Now, in reviewing those who have received the award, it's interesting to note that the areas in which they perform their service sort of reflect on different parts of the legacy and the life of Richardson Dilworth. We have an awardee, you know, from Parks and Recreation. Well, Richardson Dilworth revitalized the city by bringing in Ed Bacon and saying, physically, the city has to get better, and he did it. And the awardee from Parks and Recreation perpetuates that and carries that on with her wonderful work. Richardson Dilworth was not only a Marine, but as you know, the head of law enforcement in the city and as district attorney, he believed in equal justice under the law. And we have a member of the police department who is being honored here because he reflects on those same qualities. And finally, Richardson Dilworth's last public position was as president of the school board, which is most unusual. Mayors don't usually end their careers as president of the school board, but it was in crisis. He stepped in and he made monumental changes. It's nice that one of our other honorees for service, you know, runs a library in the city of Philadelphia and has brought you know, special programs for autistic children, and you know, has engaged in developing, you know, summer reading programs and other type things, which is all part of the educational process which Dick Dilworth believed in. So we have you know, wonderful honorees. The last thing I should do is thank all of the members of the selection panel for your good judgment and your good humor. The debates are pretty interesting. I would also thank Dan Hilferty and IBC. As the mayor said, they are great corporate citizens, and we're honored to be co-sponsoring this with him. And let me end with this, and it's perhaps the biggest thank you I should extend today, and that's to Mayor Nutter. Mayor Nutter, in line with Richardson Dilworth's legacy of reform and bringing integrity and dignity to the office of mayor and farsightedness, into public service. Mayor Nutter recognized that. I guess we were at the Philadelphia Historical Society, and they had a whole program on Dilworth. And Mayor Nutter said, "Gee, this is great. We should really follow up on this." And true to his word, he called me a couple weeks later. He said, "Let's get together. We should do this." And so we've done it. This is our 4th year. And in years to come, when this award is given, not only will Richardson Dilworth be remembered, but also Mayor Nutter for initiating it in the first place. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Well, Joe, you had mentioned that this was somewhat like the Academy Awards, and all of a sudden I heard this music playing over to the side. So I think that apparently the folks have already started to incorporate some of those elements into it, and we'll have to add some other aspects to this, but I guess that was the music. You're going to hear from some great folks this morning: Deputy Mayor Mike DeBaradinis, Chief Inspector James Kelly, and certainly the 2015 or 14? 2015 Librarian of the Year by the National Magazine Library Journal, Siobhan Reardon, who should get a round of applause on that. And so we're going to stay with that Academy Awards theme. And so now it's the big moment and time to announce the winners. These individuals were nominated for these awards because they have given their all to the city of Philadelphia and again beyond. This work helps to make Philadelphia, and their work helps to make Philadelphia a better place to live, work, raise our families, and in many instances just have some fun and a great time. Their actions and commitment have had a meaningful impact on our citizens, and their legacy will be remembered in City Hall and beyond for many, many years to come. And so with that, and then, right, got it. I mean, it's live TV. You can only do this once. I don't want to mess up. This year's winner of the Richardson Dilworth Award for Distinguished Public Service nurtures Philadelphia's park system, one of the largest municipal park systems in the world. Her work helps to keep our parks beautiful for everyone, to enjoy and inspire civic engagement in all of our communities. She has been a city employee for 29 years, and as she says, grew up in the Philadelphia Parks and Recreation Department. She got her first job in Parks and Recreation when she was 14. We just had an announcement a couple of days ago about the first jobs. She got a summer job that continued through high school and college. After college, she began her career as an assistant recreation leader at the Houseman Recreation Center and has had a distinguished career working her way up, managing several recreation centers throughout the city. Now, she manages more than 80 volunteer park friends groups, helping them to fundraise, solve conflicts, get permit approvals, and organize large-scale cleanup efforts, and she's been doing this kind of critical work for the last 16 years. Her work ethic and passion for her job have certainly helped her career, but also her efforts have had a tangible impact on our parks and the communities that use them. This year's winner understands that opportunities for young people, like the opportunity she had as a teenager to work in the Recreation Department, are critical to lifelong personal success and to the long-term success of Philadelphia. Recently, she has been able to hire 6 Power Corps PHL members as seasonal park maintenance workers, passing on the opportunity that she was given to the next generation. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the 2015 Richardson Dilworth Award winner for Distinguished Public Service, Barbara McCabe.
There's nobody at 1550 there. There you go. Congratulations.
So, as always happens with this, there's, of course, always a little story to tell. The previous award winners know this experience. So, as I mentioned, I am told literally about an hour before I have to then tell the person that they're the award winner. Unbeknownst to me, as always happens, there's a bit of a ruse that goes with this. First, I see something on my schedules just saying meeting. Strange kind of meeting on my schedule. I usually spend some time trying to figure out what is this meeting about? Why is this thing on my schedule? Because it's really kind of unbeknownst to me. In the meantime, the meeting was planned that the deputy mayor was supposed to give me an update on volunteer services in the city all across the park and rec system. Suddenly, the deputy mayor was not able to make it and told Barbara that she had to come and brief me on programs and services. For whatever reason, people seem to get a little nervous when they get a call saying, you have to go over to the mayor's office and brief him about X, Y, and Z. I don't know what that's about. But in any event, so Barbara comes over, and we're sitting there and we're talking, tell me about what's going on. I mean, I have to do this, for a little bit of a while. You can't just jump out with it, right? So she's kind of talking. She said, well, I wasn't exactly really prepared, and, and so I'm trying to help her along and getting this thing going, and, I said, well, what about this, and what about that? And, yeah, I mean, that might be all right, but, I'd really like to think about it. And I'm like, Barbara, give me a break. I mean, just kind of, she's so serious. Just go with it. So finally, she said something, and I found a way to kind of segue in. And so I told her, I said, as a result of all of this, you're the 2015 Richardson Dilworth Award winner. She kind of looked at me, said, get out of here. So classic Philadelphia. So, and then I spent the next 5 minutes trying to convince her that she really won the award. It was so crazy. Barbara McCabe.
Sorry, I'm not Barbara, but I'm on. Thank you, Mayor. Look, let me just, before I start my remarks, and I'll be quick, Joe, thank you for sort of putting the weight of your law firm and your personal effort to lift up city workers and the role that we play every day in the life of the city. Thank you, and thank you, Mayor, for making this important part of your administration. You can see in the room, this means a lot to everybody in this room and everybody in the city, so thank you both so much. On behalf of the women and men of the Department of Recreation, Parks and Recreation, and a lot of them are here today, and also my two closest colleagues, First Deputy Commissioner Mark Folk and Susan Slauson, I want to, Barb, congratulate you on you getting this wonderful and important award. So congratulations to you, and I know, come on guys, give it to her. One more time. There's a little story that goes with this. It was a long time ago, back in the 90s, I was a recreation commissioner before the merger, and we had scores of neighborhood parks. I don't know how many, the rec department had like 70 or 80 in its system. Fairmount Park had about 50. We weren't merged at the time. And I was trying to get rid of these parks. I swear to you, we could not take care of them. They were in bad shape. Admittedly, they were in bad shape. We were negotiating with the Fairmount Park Commission at that time to exchange their active recreation for the neighborhood parks, and the deal fell apart. So wasn't deterred. I said, we're going to make something of this anyway. So I knew Barb. Barb ran the recreation center down the street from our house in Fishtown. So Barb ran Schisler. You can throw a stone from my house to Schisler. And I saw the job that she did there. So I brought her in. I said, hey, Barb, I got a big task for you. Would you be willing to lead this effort to rejuvenate the parks in the recreation system? And she, I think, happily took on the task. And over the years, and everybody who goes to these parks know, the neighborhood parks in the city, both, now with the merged department, 130 or so of these parks have radically improved in the way they look, in their accessibility, in the level of organization around them, the level of care, and the programs are just so exciting. 300-400 different programs every summer in this system, and a real deep connection to the life of the neighborhood. Now, Barb didn't do that alone, but Barb knows how to build partnerships. So she worked with the staff in both the program and the operations division in the department. She worked with our best partners ever, the Fairmount Park Conservancy. She worked with the Pennsylvania Horticulture Society. And most importantly, she got in with the leaders of these neighborhood parks and lifted them up as they lifted up these gems and made them so much more special in the life of the neighborhood. That's the story, and Barb, that's why we're here. But we're also here to honor you because every day you touch the lives of the citizens in this city in important and meaningful ways. You're here being honored because you represent the best of us as a city. We're honoring you because you represent the best of us as civil servants, people who serve the citizens every day. And you're here being honored because you are the best example of what it means to be a staff person of the Department of Parks and Recreation. We honor you and we congratulate you for your wonderful service.
Thank you. And I didn't realize I was going to be getting an Oscar today, too. This is really awesome. Thank you, Mayor Nutter. I have heard you speak at many park events and ribbon cuttings over these past 8 years, and it just so happens that I got to hear you this past Wednesday, too, as you talked to the very excited crowd at the Stinger Square neighborhood groundbreaking event in South Philadelphia. You truly are a mayor that really gets why neighborhood parks are so important and the vital role that they play in having a healthy, vibrant neighborhood. And I also wanted to tell you that I love it every time I hear you say that one of your goals is for Philadelphia to be the greenest city in America. Thank you for your leadership. And it has been a privilege to work in your administration. Still working in your administration. Thank you to Joseph Giacovini, Chairman of the Executive Committee at Dilworth Paxson, and Dan Hilferty, President and CEO of Independence Blue Cross, co-chairs of the nomination panel and sponsors of this Dilworth Award. This is a special recognition for which I am both very grateful and very humbled. I have been in this room quite a few times over the years for various programs and press conferences, but could have never imagined that I would be here for something like this, to be honored for doing a job I have always loved doing. So thank you again for this opportunity. And speaking of being here in this place, I can't help it, I just have to say it out loud. I love this building. City Hall is one of the most magnificent city halls in all of the world, and to me, it makes it even more special. As both the mayor and Mike said, I would not be here today without the support and partnership of so many good people. You cannot do this work alone. And truthfully, there are thousands of passionate park people in Philadelphia, city employees, nonprofit and community partners, and everyday neighbors and citizens who really care about having great parks in this city and who step up to make it happen. So I have many people I would like to recognize and thank. And I know I only have a few minutes, and I tried really hard to keep it brief. But my first thank you has to be to Deputy Mayor Mike DeBerardinis, or Mike D, as most of us at Parks and Rec affectionately call him. The Park Stewardship Program was his vision, and it is under Mike's leadership that it has thrived. And actually, it has been under Mike's leadership twice. First, when he became the Recreation Commissioner back in the early 90s, and then again under Mayor Nutter, when we were lucky enough to get Mike back to lead us through the merger of Recreation and Fairmount Park. Mike saw an opportunity for partnership and growth for our neighborhood parks, and I am very grateful that he chose me to help in that effort, because it's the work that I have loved the best during my 29 years with the city. So thank you, Mike. Deep breath, deep breath. I would also like to thank Mark Folk and Susan Slauson, our two first deputies, for their great support and leadership, and for their role in keeping this a secret from me, and for the great story that they made up to get me over here to City Hall with the mayor. To each of the folks who nominated me for this award, you are all amazing partners, and I am very blessed to work with each of you. Thank you so much for taking the time to submit on my behalf. I especially want to recognize Jennifer Mahar of the Fairmount Park Conservancy, because I suspect that she had a lot to do with rallying folks together for this process. Jen and I have worked closely for about 10 years now. She works long days, most nights, and lots of weekends, and she really is getting hard to keep up with. So thank you so much, Jen. I'd like to recognize all the staff at the Fairmount Park Conservancy, actually, led by the very quiet and subdued Catherine Ott-Lovell. The Conservancy are our partners every day, out there in the parks, working side by side, engaging citizens, and getting their hands dirty. Before the Conservancy, we had a strong working partnership for many years with PHS, and I would like to especially recognize Joan Riley. Joan has a very special talent for including and bringing people together, and I have always looked up to her as a mentor. To my colleagues at Parks and Recreation, there are way too many of you to name, but I really want to share this award with you today. There are so many hardworking Park and Rec employees in this city and in your neighborhood, and the work they do is not always under the ideal conditions or settings. It is hard work to manage a busy rec center at night, to organize a basketball or soccer league, to be on a pool deck on a 95-degree summer day, or to clean and maintain the vast amount of land and property for which we are the stewards. It is not easy work, but we have men and women who come to work every day with commitment and expertise to do what they do to make things better. I am very proud to represent all of you today. One very special Parks and Rec employee that I must acknowledge is Ed Fagan, my current boss, and our Director of Strategic Engagement. I bring a lot to Ed's already full plate, but he is never too busy to listen or to help, and he truly cares about the park stewardship work. So thank you, Ed, for your guidance and support these past few years. Ed is not just my boss, he is a colleague and a friend. I also want to recognize my team, the Park Stewardship Unit of our department. We are quite a diverse group that includes permanent staff, 9-month seasonal employees, a Vista intern, and our partners at the Conservancy. We have a broad mix of titles and talents, background and experience, but what we have in common is our commitment to our parks and to the community volunteers who are connected to us. It is our job to help them help us, and I am proud of the work we are doing. I'd like them to please stand and be recognized. This is our stewardship team. The best. Oh, And one of our team could not be here today because she is home and a little bit under the weather, and many of you probably know her, Patty Pat. There is only one Patty Pat in this city. And I know she may be watching this later, so Patty, we want you to get well soon and hurry back because we miss you. So I've talked a lot about my work, and I love my work, but the most important people in my life are my family, and I am so happy that they are here today to share this special day with me. My Uncle Matt, my Aunt Dolores, my sister Karen and brother-in-law Don, my brother Nat and my niece Kennedy, my stepdaughter Alicia. My dad, I lost my dad in 2001, but he had a huge influence on me, and he's always with me in spirit. He gave me many things, including a love of Philadelphia, of music, of art, and travel, but he also gave me my love of nature. We shared many outdoor adventures together, and I know he would have been proud of me today, and I miss him. My mom, deep breath, who I am so happy is here with me today, has also been a very big influence in my life. We had a happy family growing up. She is a loving mom who stayed home to raise her 3 children until we got a little older, and then she went back to work. She was definitely the one who kept us in line, and she was the disciplinarian at home. There was no messing around when it came to school or work, and you couldn't fake sick or skip homework. My mom gave me my work ethic, my drive, and also probably my tenacity when needed. She taught me to be responsible and dependable, and she has a lot to do with who I am. These days, we are more like friends, and I love to visit her down the shore where she has retired. I love you, Mom. Thank you for always being there. To my husband, Mike. We met later in life, and actually, it was the parks that brought us together, too. Another reason I love my job so much is because it led me to you. Mike, too, works for Parks and Recreation, and we are 2 of a kind in our thoughts and opinions of this department and this work. But Mike is winding down in his career, and not that he is counting or anything, but as of today, Mike has 34 years and 17 days of service to his credit, and less than a year until he retires. By the way, in the 34 years and 17 days, he has never used a sick day. Mike and I have known each other for more than 20 years, but we really met in 2007, became friends, and then got married on New Year's Eve 2010. He is my true partner in every way, and I love him more than anyone. We have a good life together, along with our son, Mr. Lupo, our crazy dog, and I look forward to growing old with him. One last thing about Mike. He knew about this award a week before I did, and I have no idea how he kept this a secret, but he did it, and he did it because he knows I like surprises, and because the boss said so. I love you, Mike. So in closing, my final thoughts and thank you go to all the park volunteers that I have come to know and all of our friends groups throughout the city. You are the real reason I am here today and the backbone of this work. It is easy for me to do what I do because of everything that you do. Everyone is so busy these days, and time is a precious commodity. But our volunteers, our park friends groups, find the time to bring their energy, their sweat, and their passion to making their local parks cleaner, greener, more vibrant public spaces for everyone. I have always believed that the city should support their volunteer efforts in any way that we can to help them realize their vision for their park. For me personally, it is their commitment and dedication that motivate me in my daily work, and I am happy when I can be of service to their community. Thank you very much.
So with that, Barbara, I'm pleased to present this plaque, and there's also a wonderful envelope. It's been pre-approved by the Chief Integrity Officer. It's the Richardson Dilworth Award for Distinguished Public Service 2015, presented to Barbara McCabe in recognition of the contributions of an outstanding City of Philadelphia employee whose work performance embodies excellence in public service, established by Mayor Michael A. Nutter per Executive Order number 14-11, November 11, 2011, selected by a distinguished panel of business, nonprofit, and community representatives. Congratulations.
Her mother has some flowers.
And then, take a photo over here? Okay, we'll take a photo later. Okay, all right, you're good. So these are yours.
My extensive notes.
Right. That's fine. Take your envelope.
The envelope.
Yeah, the real envelope. Okay. Barbara, again, thank you so much and congratulations. Next, we're going to move to the 2015 Innovation in Government Award. These are, as I mentioned earlier, two newly added Dilworth categories. The first one is Innovation in Government. This award recognizes a city employee who successfully initiated and implemented technology in a way that had dramatic results for the citizens of our city. Our next winner has made a big difference in the way the Philadelphia Police Department engages on a daily basis with our citizens. This individual works directly with Philadelphians, providing real-time crime information through Twitter, and that practice has helped to close investigations and improve relationships between the police and the communities that they serve. And his work with his own Twitter account demonstrated that social media can, in fact, be a useful tool in crime fighting. He then went on to help the police department implement a successful social media policy. Philly PPD has more than 95,000 likes on Facebook and more than 57,000 followers on Twitter. He is truly a pioneer in his work. Please join me in congratulating the 2015 Richardson Dilworth Award for Innovation in Government winner, Detective Joseph Murray. And so now you're going to hear from, before I present the detective with his plaque and the check, you're going to hear from his supervisor, Chief Inspector James Kelly. He's going to say a few words on behalf of Detective Murray.
Thank you. I actually didn't know I was speaking today, so I didn't prepare anything, but for someone like Joe and some of these outstanding award recipients, if you speak from the heart, that's the most important thing. I want to thank the awards committee for making these outstanding selections. They really are impressive, and they really have done a wonderful job. This prestigious award really is a testament to what a noble undertaking public service is, and it's a great reflection of the love that both the citizens and the public servants have for this city. So I want to thank the awards committee again. And I also want to congratulate Joe and the other two award recipients today for the outstanding work that they have done to earn this award. And speaking in terms of Detective Joe Murray, he is definitely one of the brightest and hardest working detectives in the city of Philadelphia. His police department is very lucky to have him, and he works with an outstanding team in Southwest Detectives, some of whom have come today along with their lieutenant and their captain to honor Joe. And it's a true reflection of the great work Joe has done. Back in '09, Joe realized that crime fighting and public safety is really pointless without having the community as part of that team. It's going to go nowhere. No matter how hard we work and how good we are, without that teamwork, it's going nowhere. And Joe was really innovative in using social media as a medium to really engage the public in what we do and form a great partnership. And he's done an outstanding job with that. And because of that, the department has duplicated and put some of the similar innovations Joe has used, and now it's part of standard protocol in the police department, and I think it makes us a better police department and makes us more engaged with our community and really makes us a team. So again, thank you for awarding Joe this, and Joe, congratulations. Thank you.
I have it on my phone, obviously. Yeah,
Of course.
of course.
On his phone.
Yeah. I'll keep this to 140 characters or less. First off, I'd like to thank the mayor for really letting me work in an environment where this is not frowned upon. I started in 2009, and we've had some bumps in the road, but we're running smoothly now. Before we start, I haven't had a chance to thank the mayor, but a while ago, a long time ago actually, Pat McDonald was killed in the line of duty, and he is the pitcher in my Twitter account. He's in my academy class, a good friend of mine, and the mayor gave the best speech I've ever heard anybody give at the FOP after the funeral, and I never got the chance to thank him, so I just want to thank him now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great to work in a department where this is, like I said, not frowned upon. But like I said, we had bumps in the road, and I want to thank my boss, Johnny Walker. That's really his name. He's kind of been a go-between between myself and the higher ups, and when they said, what is this guy doing? So I thank him for that. They give me they trust that I know what I'm doing, and just let me be me. I'd like to thank congratulate the other award winners, Barbara and Ann. They do incredible work in really important departments in this city. So congratulations. The sponsors, Dilworth Paxson, Independence Blue Cross, thank you. Real fast, if you ever do Dilworth Paxson a favor, they will send you the greatest tray of Christmas cookies you'll ever get in your life. So thanks, Dilworth Paxson, for that.
We won't go any further than that.
Appreciate that. To Ms. Deborah Dilworth, thank you very much. To get an award named after Richardson Dilworth is incredibly humbling, and I thank you for that. We could spend all day talking about his achievements, but I don't want to take everybody's time here. I'd like to thank my family for coming here today, especially my dad. I get a lot of my outside-the-box thinking from him. He's still a police officer. He's down on George Row, so I'd like to thank him. And then most of all, I'd like to thank those who nominated me, whether the people of the neighborhood. I can't tell you how much that means to me to have the people that I serve recognize me and tell me I'm doing a good job. I've gotten a lot of awards for pretty much just doing my job over the years. None of them combined matter as much as this award. To serve the people of West Philly really means a lot, and I can't really tell you in words how much it means to me. So I thank the guys I work with. I'm really looking forward to what you guys hang on the wall tonight when I get to work. That'll be a good time. So again, thanks everybody for coming, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
So, Detective Mary, I am pleased and honored to present you with the Richardson Dilworth Award for Innovation in Government, the 2015 award presented to Joseph Murray in recognition of the contributions of an outstanding City of Philadelphia employee who successfully initiated and implemented an innovative idea that brought about dramatic results. Selected by a distinguished panel of business, nonprofit, and community representatives. Congratulations to you. The very quick story on the detective, Nola Joyce set up a phone conversation. This was on the same day that I was supposed to be on live TV at 5 o'clock. The call was scheduled for 4. I was running late. I called in about 4:15. The detective was somewhere. but not at police headquarters. They spent about the next 20 minutes trying to figure out where he was. I'm supposed to be on live TV. I didn't have as much time to get into my thing with him, but I said, you know, Detective, the main purpose of our call today is I noticed that you have a very large Twitter following. I'm trying to figure out how to increase mine. Can you give me some advice? He was just kind of flustered and stunned. You know, well, we can do this, we can do that. And I just launched into it. Look, I got to go. You won the award. I'll talk to you later. Take it easy. The second new award is the Dilworth Award for Excellence in Customer Service, and that's presented to a city employee who provided extraordinary service delivered with ingenuity, energy, and compassion. This award winner has been employed with the city for 19 years and serves as a children's librarian and manager of the Torresdale Neighborhood Library. Working tirelessly to provide and to enhance library services for children with autism, she has developed teaching methods, educational activities, and creative programs that accommodate different learning styles so that all of our children have the opportunity to reach their full potential. Her relationship with parents, children, community partners, and schools has provided healthy and a safe and dynamic learning center for all children in the Torresdale neighborhood. The 2015 Richardson Dilworth Award for Excellence in Customer Service goes to Ann Hornbach. Ann? Let me also recognize Ann's family for their support. Her mother, Ann Barth, is with us today. Also her brothers and sisters, Bill, Kathy, Diane. And while they could not be here today, I'm sure that they are in spirit cheering her on. As we've done with this, we'll now hear from Siobhan Reardon, and then we'll hear from Ann. Siobhan?
Well, thank you, Mayor Nutter, and I also want to thank Mr. Giacovini and Dilworth Paxton for selecting Ann for this award, and I also need to recognize Mike DeBaradinis as the Deputy Mayor where libraries report into, and you couldn't have a better advocate for libraries in the administration other than the Mayor. It would be Mike DeBaradinis. So this has been an enormously fabulous year for the Free Library of Philadelphia. Can't you feel it? But it culminates in the selection of Ann Hornbach for as the customer service selection for the Dilworth Paxton for the Richardson Award. And the way it has been described, Ann is absolutely full of energy. She is actually full of compassion, and she is the neighborhood library leader that brings an entire community together better than many, many, many of our. We have wonderful neighborhood library leaders, but Ann brings an energy and a compassion and a thought that when you enter that Torresdale library, you really feel it, and her staff adore her. We have kept this a secret from the rest of the staff, so I know when it gets announced, there's going to be an eruption in all 55 facilities of the Free Library of Philadelphia, and I can't wait for everybody to hear it, Ann. And everybody, I'd like to bring up Ann Hornbach, and congratulations.
Thank you. Wow. Wow. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming today. There are so many people I could thank. I would be up here forever, and we don't want that. But I just want to tell you, I am really, truly humbled and honored to receive this award. There's so many people to thank. I'll start with thanking Mayor Nutter for creating the award, recognizing public servants. There are so many wonderful public servants. There's so many wonderful city workers, and quite frankly, I think the vast majority of them deserve awards, and if it was in my power, they would have it. Mayor Nutter actually just recently restored some funding to us, so now many of our neighborhood libraries are becoming 6-day service, and we're on the way, full way to being 6-day service in all agencies. So Mayor Nutter, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank the members of the selection panel. There are so many worthy candidates, those who are nominated. I'm sure there's a lot more who could be nominated who would be worthy. Thank you to Joe Giacovini, and to Dan Hilferty, and to Independence Blue Cross, and to Dax and Dilworth. Thank you so much. I want to thank a few people that are here with us today. First of all, there's my nominators who are sitting in the front row here. I have Peggy Finkbeiner and Linda Cal-Smith. Linda is the president of the Friends of Torresdale Library. Peggy is another devoted member of the Friends of Torresdale Library. They are a group that raises money for us. They help me with programs, and quite frankly, I couldn't do half the work that I do without them. So thank you, ladies. Thank you. I couldn't say enough about the staff of the Free Library. I've never had a job that I've loved like this. I enjoy going to work in the morning, and I enjoy serving the patrons that we have, and my coworkers are tremendous. A couple here today that I'd like to recognize and thank for the support is, of course, Siobhan Reardon, who is our president and director. I have my immediate supervisor, Julie Doty, over here. She backs us up. She's there for me all the time, and thank you for your advice and all your support. We also have Lynn Williamson, and congratulations on your recent promotion. She's now over the Extensions Division of the library. So thank you for everything. Thank you. As you know, I work for the Torresdale Neighborhood Library in Northeast Philadelphia. I have a staff that I adore. I couldn't do the work I do without them. So for Lynn, Shirley, Sandy, Mike, Carolyn, Matt, Sean, Michelle, and Eric, thank you. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for everything you do for the citizens, for the patrons, for everybody who comes in. I thank you for that. Like I said, the job that I have, I absolutely love. I love serving all children. I've gotten very passionate about serving children and folks with autism. The Free Library has recently established an Autism Services Committee, and I'm fortunate to be on that. And in going to various places like the Center for Autism and at SPIN, I'm picking up some very helpful tips in developing sensory story times. So for the children who come into the library from the schools, I'm doing story times for them, and I'm hoping to develop some for the community at large. So this is work that I'm very passionate about, and it's just amazing to receive an award for something that I love to do. I am truly blessed, I really am. I'd like to congratulate Barbara and Joe also, this year's winners. It's a privilege to be in their company up here. And thanks, finally, to my family. My mom is here. She's my best friend, and I couldn't do anything without her. And then my youngest sister's over there taking pictures. So thank you for coming too, Diane. I appreciate it. And as the mayor said when he called me on the day that he called me, one of my coworkers had taken the phone call, and when he said who he was, well, first he didn't say who he was, and she said, well, she's in a meeting right now. And when he said it's Mayor Nutter, she's like, huh? So she gets me on the phone, and my first thought was, oh my God, what did I do? But it was a shock. So anyway, thank you guys for all coming out today. God bless all of you, and take care. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome,
Okay.
dear. Stay right there. So it's my great honor and pleasure. This is the Richardson Dilworth Award for Excellence in Customer Service 2015 award, presented to Ann Hornbach in recognition of the contributions of an outstanding City of Philadelphia employee who provides extraordinary service delivered with ingenuity, energy, and compassion, selected by a distinguished panel of business, nonprofit, and community representatives. Congratulations. What Ann didn't mention is, yeah, she was surprised at the call. She recovered very quickly, and then launched into a 20-minute explanation of what she does with every possible detail about their services, and then invited me to come up to the branch, which I'm going to come. But it was a great, great conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, excellence in public service. Please recognize them. Well, thank Councilman Squilla for being out. Councilman, thank you for coming. I don't know if there are any questions by members of the news media who may be here, and if not, I think we're just going to take some photos and kind of wrap things up. So I think we're going to do that over here with the plaque. And thank you all for being here. Thank you for caring so much about the city of Philadelphia and Richardson Dilworth. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I think this was the best of all. They were every year.